Hi, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Desmond Fambrini, and I'm a learning specialist with an MS in special education. I also own Expressions LLC, and this is my education firm. And today we are talking specifically about holding people accountable. So we are also live. I do a lot of YouTube videos while live, but we're specifically talking about holding people accountable. We'll get some input. Make sure to follow me along on TikTok, Desmond Fambrini, and Desmond Fambrini on Instagram and all platforms. Yes, I talk fast. And we are going to be talking about holding people accountable and how I feel like this is not necessarily the way to do it. And I'm going to be upfront. The idea of holding people accountable on TikTok, on the internet, is not what it used to be. Hi, Maya. And I have to do this YouTube video super quickly because my student Maya just hopped into my Zoom, and I have to teach her, and not have to. I get to teach her in 17 minutes. So we're going to speed this up to talk about cancel culture on social media. So originally, holding people accountable was extremely beneficial. This is due to the fact that these subgroups that were usually minority groups or groups that were subjugated to violence and prejudice were able to showcase problematic behavior so other people could be held accountable. These are the kind of notions of taking videos of police officers that are being abusive to Black individuals, taking videos of people that are men on subway stations being predatory to women, taking videos of people that are being openly homophobic, and holding these people accountable to the point where in isolation, they can kind of get away with these problematic prejudice behaviors. However, on a wider scale, if you're able to kind of broadcast their behavior, there is enough people to tell them, no, that's not okay. And that's back when holding people accountable was actually beneficial. However, we've now gotten to the point where holding people accountable is no longer benefiting minority communities. It has now just become Love Island drama TV on social media. It's simply about making people famous, making people, usually young children, famous, and then finding something that we think they did wrong or creating something that isn't even real that we decide that they have done wrong and basically destroying them publicly. The equivalent of a public stoning, the Salem witch trials, but of social media, right? This idea of if you've gotten this successful, how dare you make this mistake? And if you've made this mistake, you secretly have been a witch this whole time. And that is what I think is extremely problematic when it comes to holding people accountable on social media. There's no reason to publicly shame somebody because, in the end, and you don't want to hear this, but it is true, holding somebody accountable on social media is just you bullying them in the comment section. You're not their mom, you're not their dad, you're not their grandparent, you're not their teacher, you're not their lawyer, you're not the DA's office, you're not the president. You are not somebody who holds actual authority over the people that you're hating on. If you held actual authority and were able to make a reparative kind of statement or request to these people that made them make up for their actions, you would be holding them accountable. But if you're just telling them they're a horrible person on the internet, that's not holding anyone accountable. You're just hating, right? So it's gotten completely out of hand. Okay. So that has been kind of my quick little spiel on how I think holding people accountable has gotten completely perverted in the way that it used to actually kind of bring power to groups that experience prejudice, but now in no way, shape, or form kind of benefit society as a whole. And it's now just simply cancel culture and degrading people for small mistakes or degrading people for large mistakes they're accused of that they didn't even do. And this is coming from somebody who, of course, I've been canceled for not being Black. I've been canceled for being transphobic. And just take a second and like internalize what I just said out loud. Like those are the two things that I've been canceled for. And it's crazy, right? Because it's like, what? And of course it comes out that I'm actually Black. It comes out that I'm actually non-binary. Like all of these things happen, right? The truth tends to come out eventually and it's good, right? However, I just want to say the amount of hate that we give towards creators, not warranted whatsoever, to people, to children, like not okay. And I hope this helps.